Hi, this is Durga Prasad and my registered number is GR15CS220. Today I am going to explain about the networks program, that is the static routing. So here we know that the static routing means it is a type of routing where we can manually give the IP address and everything. But in the differently dynamic, if it is allotted by the DHCP, so that will be called as the dynamic routing. But here in the static routing, manually we have to give the IP addresses and subnet mask everything. So here are the commands to set the static routing, that is the IP route, network address, subnet mask and IP address. The network address is the destination address of the remote network, and the subnet mask is this remote network. The subnet mask can be modified to summarize a group of networks, and then IP address is commonly referred as the next hop of router's IP address. So and after that, so here is my topology, and I have to create this topology, and according to it I have to check whether the static routing will work or not. So here is the table of IP addresses from where I have to give the I'm going to give these IP addresses to all the end devices in the topology. So R1, R2, R3 is for the routers, and PC1, PC2, PC3 is the end devices, and then IP addresses, subnet mask and default gateway I have to give for that thing. So first of all, let's check this topology. Here is my topology, and then these three are the end devices, three switches and three routers. Yeah, in order to enable the routers, first we need to go to CLI mode. Then CLI, we need to go to the enable mode, config, and then we go to the global configuration state, and then here from here I need to give the first of all I need to check whether it's a fast ethernet. In order to give the for fast ethernet, I have to interface fast ethernet, otherwise I need serial interface for the serial output. And then here I have the clock. So in order to wherever I have found a clock, while giving those IP addresses, and after giving those IP addresses I need to give the clock frequency there, that is 64,000. And then after that, so this is how we have to enable all these routers, and then switches we have already enabled. And then in order to give these IP addresses I need to go to every end devices, and then IP address. Here I have to give this IP address. Here it is static. If it is DHCP means these all these values will be allocated by the DHCP server or dynamically, but here we are going to give by manually. So here I have enabled the static, and then this is the IP address, subnet mask and default gateway as we have seen in that table. And from where I have given from there I have given all these values to all these three end devices. So as we can see here, the IP address is 192.168.2.2. so let's ping and check whether it's pinging or not. So 192.168.2.2. so let's send 32 bytes of data. So request timed out. First one is request timed out, and then after that it's all the data has been sent. So finally when I send the 4 packets, 3 has been received and 1 has been lost, that is 25% loss has been occurred. So it's pinging actually correctly. So this is how the static routing will work. What the main difference between static and dynamic is that static we have to give the IP addresses dynamically, and then in dynamic it will be allocated automatically. And then in the static the commands are IP router, as I have seen here, IP router, and the IP addresses, subnet mask and the default gateway, sorry, network address, subnet mask and IP addresses. And then to configure the static routers with an exit interface specified, so IP route, network address, subnet mask and exit interface to exit from the interfaces. So this is how the commands we have to be given for the setting of the topology of static routing. So thank you.